kind of show. So we don't know what the next step is.
You used to be able to see the timeline, right? You could see, like, I remember when I applied, I would see this is where the process is at and this is how long it will take.
No timelines. No timelines. They just say we're in the progress.
In progress.
In progress. No matter you call IRCC or you can log into your tracker. So and even I did so many things. For example, I emailed CBSA VP. CBSA is the border security. Okay, so I emailed CBSA VP, Vice President, and asked where is my profile. And then I sent the web form on IRCC. Yes, and also I checked. I even wrote a letter to Nasria, and I complained that Nasria, N-S-R-I-A, Nasria. So this is an office that if you think that your profile can't be processed clearly in CSIS, and you can complain and say why, how long. Yes, ask. So I even wrote a letter to them and emailed, and there's a time that after 60 days, and you can like file your complaint. Yeah. So nothing. So far, no response.
Nothing from web form, nothing from the
Yes. Recently I got, not recently, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I got a reply from CBSA that said my profile was not active in CBSA. They have already sent my profile to IRCC, but then it should be very soon that IRCC give me a final decision, but still no. And also my husband, he is the secondary applicant, and I have no idea where his profile got stuck. So,
and when does your work permit expire?
I think next year, May. And I have already renewed my work permit once.
Can you renew it again?
I guess I can. Yeah, I don't know because it depends on the business, it depends on the boss, right? So anytime, still now they need me, but I don't know. This economic situation is getting worse every day. So if they decide that they maybe replace me, I have no idea because I'm just an employee. Yes.
And are they supporting you in your PR application? The employer is helping you in your SIP interview?
Yes. They help me to apply them because this is the ISINP program. Yes.
You have their support, but
Yes.
the government does not.
Yes.
And have you applied yourself or is it through an agent?
I applied by myself. Yes.
Now tell me a little bit about your family. Your daughter,
Okay, can I get my bag? I have some proof.
You might want to check the focus.
See? This is I emailed CBSA, the VP. I emailed this. This is the letter, and this is my mom's surgery record. I translate them into English. See, this is her record when she went to the doctors, and this is her. This is all the records, part of the records in hospital. But I was not there. I was the only daughter she had. Now she is 75 years old, but she can't walk. She can't walk. She can't drive. So and also it's very hard for her to even take a bus. So every time when she went to the hospital, it means that it will take her one whole day. Go there and then to ask the doctor to pay and then come back and rest 2 or 3 days and then she can't move. She's very old and this is her record. See? And
She lives alone?
she lives alone.
Okay. And why are you not able to work?
Because I need to work here. I come here because of work permit. So I work here. I really work here for the employer here. So I have a lot of work to do every day in the office. So if I come,
PR, then you
yeah, I can go. At least I can visit her. I can help her 1 month and settle things down, and then I can come back.
But right now, because you are depending on employers to
Yes.
help you with PR and support you, you can't just leave, right?
I can't just leave because the business won't stop.
Right.
So once I leave, the employer should quickly find another one to replace me. And they of course they are very nice. They help me, they support me. But this is a real business. Nobody can really support you, but still pay you and find another person to help you, and they will pay double cost, right?
Last question. How do you feel? How are you feeling that you want to do this yourself and you're not able to take your profit
Actually, I have to say I feel desperate every day because I don't know. My mom lives alone, so every morning when I woke up, I just feel that my mom is okay. That's true. And my mom, every time she said to me, "I'm okay. You stay with Zoe in Canada, just to get your PR, and then hopefully I didn't die at the moment." She's really old, and I didn't have my father my whole life, so she raised me up by herself. Now is the time that she needs me, but I was not there. I think there are a lot of participants here. They came here because we have ran out of any method. If we can, we won't have this rally in front of IRCC. We try to contact the IRCC through web forms, through emails, through anything that we can. We have been living here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but we have no response.
What do you want? What are you hoping for? What do you want that you
We don't ask, for example, we want equal treatment. We don't ask, oh, you quickly pass our, approve anything. We just want a final decision. We want transparency. We didn't ask something more. We say that today we are here. I want to see one thing clear, is that we're not asking for any benefit or advantage over the other participants. No, over the other applicants, no. We want a safe Canada. So we support security screening. Yeah, that's why we're here. We want our life be safe too, but we want a transparency. We want timeline. You just tell us how long we should wait in future. Yes. Good, thank you. Okay. And what others? We still have the other applicants that you can do it.
Yes, I can talk to you.
Okay. So do you need them now?
I'm gonna
We'll take a few minutes. He's just gonna get some shots.
Okay. Yes. So now we have. I can find them. I need to ask them to be here.
Yeah, can I get your contact number so I can reach out to you for the tip?
Yes. I will give you all the data. Also, we have. This is right now. We will have these 7 cities or 6 cities. Vancouver, Toronto, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Calgary. So it's the same thing.
And the delay. CBSA. We are the play. CSIS. Finish the check. Make a decision. Make it now.按照我们计划的来，好吧？好。我觉得设计部门谈这个还是够的，好吧？都之类，开始。
IRCC! What do we want? Transparency! When do we want it? How long have we waited? How long is too long? And the delay! We need answers! Process violate! Equal standards, equal justice! Stop the delay, set us free! Families together, Canada stronger!
We're ready to speak to someone else.
So, would you like to interview?
No. 咱们有几个人都列在这儿，都在这准备好。然后还有谁要说的？
Or anyone else.
Alex 在哪
Alex.
你的那个照片，你的照片。
Thank you. Yeah.
那你这个照片你可以收拾，待会儿给我们。
Yes.
还有谁？咱们群里还有谁？那个。
Yeah, I do the business here. Yeah, I do the business here. I have been here for 5 years. Yes.
I think she's the longest one.
Okay, can I get you to step over here?
Okay. 没关系。
I think you love Canada, but
Can I ask you
delay, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You hire the people, yeah. You work here for a long time. Taxi, hire the people, but
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can speech for that.
Yes, I'm
Give us 1 second here.
你给他打电话吧。
Construction jobs for 5 years.
Sorry.
Can you stand right here? Yeah. Okay, there.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not live. Okay, you can always be like, oh, then say it again. And we'll start with your full name.
My name is
How do you
My last name is Chen. Chen.
say it one more time?
My first name is Hong Chen. HONGCHENG. My last name is Chen. 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 Yeah.
And how long have you been in Canada?
I have been in Canada for 5 years. Start from January 2021. Yes, I built a business as a SIP requirement. Yeah. I submitted the PR applications in April 2022.
Okay,
Yeah.
and do you have a family here with you?
Oh, yeah, my wife is, I'm here alone. Build business alone. I hurt that I hurt and I injured it when I'm working. I'm alone. My wife, I separated the PR. Submit the work permit with my wife together. IRCC give us the work permit together. But at the last time, at the 2024, I submitted the work permit together. My approved, but no response for my wife. So I stayed here just a one man. And my son is studying Canada in university. I paid very expensive international student tuition instead of domestic tuition. Yeah, I'm here pay taxes and employ local workers. And,
What's your business? What do you do?
oh yes, we build the fence, deck, landscaping. In the winter time, we home renovations and improvement. I serve hundreds of the Saskatchewan families.
How long have you been married?
Long, yes, 20 more than 20 years.
More than
Yes.
20 years.
Yes,
And,
21 years. Yes.
and how long have you been separated now?
It's 3 years.
3 years. The last time you saw her was 3
Yes,
years
yes,
ago?
we because the time because the time zone, so we only have the time to talk to each other before we go to sleep. Yes, so I'm here alone and to do the business. Yes, I'm here alone when I do the surgeries. Talking about the surgeries. I in the earliest 2023.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to pass through? You can pass through.
Okay. Yes, I hurt I injured my knee. But during
You injured yourself?
engineer, I did in the surgery, but the
Injured his knee?
knee.
He doesn't want to see everything through the
We did nearly 2 years ago the surgery in Saskatchewan, but during my worker permit renewals, I lost my provincial health coverage. Yes, eventually I had to choose to travel overseas for surgery. Yes, where I paid, I'm long.
Where did you go for surgery?
Go back to meet because I have the work permit. I can go out for years.
But you couldn't get the surgery here, so you had to go there, get your surgery there. and
Yeah,
then come back.
yes, because during the work permit review, I lost my health coverage. Yes, and there is another thing I cannot understand. Until last year, my applications ended enhanced security screening.
How
Yeah.
long has it been have you sent them a web form and then follow them? What
Yes,
do they
we
say?
had always in process. We had to do it a lot of. I have evidence here. And let me be clear, I respect the Canada's responsibilities to protect the national security. Screening security screening is important. It's funded by the Canadian taxpayer. So that's exactly why it should be conducted efficiently, consistently, and at the right time. But I have one simple question. I have already been Canada more than 5 years, and I already received the work permit. And currently I'm in Canada. If I was trusted to receive the work permit full time and work and live in Canada for 4 years, build a business, pay taxes, and employ local workers, why am I only now being treated as attention and security concern. Why applying for PR? Yes, if the enhanced security screening is necessary, why wasn't it be completed years ago? Why only after the more than 4 years later? Why after I had already built my business and started my life and contributed to my community?
Lastly, I'll just ask you, you know, being away from your wife, waiting for so long, having to travel for medical surgery, how does all of this make you
Feel you know, I'm very sad about that one. Yes, I'm very sad about when I lived after I have lived and worked here 4 years,
That's up to my
yeah, so I'm very excited. So every morning I continue working. Every morning I continue to serve hundreds of families. But come back and come back an empty home. Yeah, I feel alone. Yeah.
Where's your son?
Son is Albert. He's studying in the University of Albert.
Alberta?
Albert, yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay.
So much. That
Thank you.
was great.
Thank you.
immigration no explanation, no meaningful updates, no estimated timeline. No department clearly taking responsibility. No one can tell us where our files really are. No one can tell us when they will end. The human cost these days are not just numbers. They are experiences. They are years of real life. Parents grow old while their children cannot return home. Children grow up without one of both parents. Families remain separated
Commit one crime and you found guilty, you go back and you never come back again. Never.
Business are never started. Life plans are frozen. We remain in limbo.
Like basically, I gotta like even.
But for years. Our message. Today, we are not protesting against Canada. We are standing for a better Canada. A Canada that is both secure and fair. A Canada that values due process. A Canada that believes government should be transparent and accountable. Security and transparency are not enemies. They strengthen each other. When a person truly presents a security risk, the decision should be made quickly. When the person does not, they should not remain trapped in uncertainty for years. Long delays do not make Canada better. Timely decisions do. What we ask today, we respectfully ask the government of Canada to improve the system. We ask for greater transparency, reasonable processing timelines, clear accountability between government departments, and a process that protects both national security and basic fairness. We are grateful to Canada. We appreciate the opportunity that this country has given us. That is exactly why we are here today. Because we believe Canada can do better. We believe a stronger Canada is one that protects both national security and justice. Every family deserves answers. Every applicant deserves due process. Every person deserves to know that their future is not lost inside a black box. Thank you to everyone who came here today. Thank you to the media. Thank you to our members of parliament. And thank you, Canada. We hope our voice will be heard. Thank you. And then 王玉红。Check.
Hello everyone, this presentation is for my family. Personal statement regarding the impact of the prolonged security screening. First, a long and uncertain wait. In December 2023, I submitted my application for permanent residence in Canada. I believe that by honestly providing all required information, fully cooperating with every request, and respecting Canadian laws, my application will be processed within a reasonable period. Since my application entered security screening in May 2024, there has been no meaningful progress. More than 2 years have now passed, and I still have no indication of when the process will be complete or when a decision may be made. Living with no timeline, no explanation, and no certainty has left me in a constant state of uncertainty. I cannot make long-term plans or give my family any assurance about when our lives will finally become stable. Second, the impact of long-term family separation. Because my permanent residence application has remained unresolved for such a long time, my husband and I have been forced to live apart from an extended period.
Thank you for joining us.
A husband and wife should be able to face life's challenges together and share family responsibilities. Instead, we rely solely on phone calls and video chats to maintain our relationship. We have missed holidays, birthdays, and countless important moments together. This prolonged separation has caused not only emotional pain, but also tremendous strain on our marriage. The uncertainty surrounding our future has made it impossible to plan our lives together, or know when we'll finally be reunited. Time lost with family can never be recovered. The moments we have missed together are gone forever. Third, the impact of my child's future. My child will soon begin applying to university. My child has worked hard academically and hopes to pursue a desired university program. However, because my permanent residence application remains unresolved, there continues to be significant uncertainty regarding tuition, eligibility, and educational opportunities. The possibility of paying international tuition fees and fees restrictions for certain programs has created tremendous pressure for both my child and our family. As a mother, my greatest wish is for my child to be able to pursue future goals based on ability and hard work, not to be limited because my immigration application remains unresolved. Fourth, my career development has been delayed. I hope to pursue education in healthcare field and eventually work in Canada's healthcare system, contributing to Canada's society. However, because my immigration status remains unresolved, I have been unable to move forward with my educational and professional plans, and I have missed valuable opportunities for career advancement. I have also planned to purchase a home, make long-term investments, and build my retirement in Canada. Unfortunately, all of these important life decisions have had to be postponed indefinitely. My elderly father lives alone in China, and his health has gradually declined as he has grown older. As his daughter, I deeply wish to be with him and care for him whenever he needs me. However, because my permanent residence application was not unresolved, I have been afraid that leaving Canada could negatively impact my immigration process. As a result, I have not dared to return home. Whenever I learn that my father is unwell, all I can do is call him. I cannot be by his side when he needs me most. I do not know how many more years I will have with my father. As he grows older, grows older, I live with the constant fear that this prolonged delay will cause me to lose the precious opportunities to care for him, leaving me with lifelong regret. 6. The emotional and psychological impact. For more than 2 years, I have checked my immigration application status almost every day, hoping to see more progress. Each day begins with hope and ends with disappointment. The prolonged uncertainty has caused ongoing anxiety, sleeplessness, emotional distress, and difficulty concentration. I have also gradually withdrawn from community activities. I have always wanted to integrate into Canadian society, but the endless waiting has slowly taken away my peace of mind. 7. My respectful request. I fully understand that Canada has an obligation to protect national security, and I respect the importance of security screening. Throughout this process, I have fully cooperated with every requirement. I have never withheld information, nor I have been asked to provide additional explanation or documentation. I respect Canadian law and remain willing to cooperate with all reasonable procedures. However, I also believe that every administrative process should be completed within a reasonable period of time. After more than 2 years of waiting, I have lost not only valuable time, but also irreplaceable opportunities to be with my family, care for my father, plan my future, and advance my career. I came to Canada not to seek special treatment, but to build a stable life, work hard, pay taxes, care for my family, and contributing positively to Canadian society. I respectfully ask the Honourable Court to recognize the real and continuing hardship that this prolonged delay has caused my family and me, and to grant appropriate relief so that my permanent residence application may finally be processed. This presentation is from myself. I should be thinking about my future, not my immigration status. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a high school student in Canada. When people see me, they see an ordinary teenager. I go to school, I study for exams, I volunteer in my community. I dream about university and my future, just like every other student. But there is one difference. For years, my family's permanent residence application has been stuck in security screening. Most people hear those words and think of paperwork. For me, those words have become my childhood.
I welcome all of you.
This fall, I will apply to university. My classmates are excited. They talk about programs they love, scholarships they hope to win, and the future they are building. I wish I could feel the same. Instead, I keep asking myself one question. Will I be treated as an international student because my family's application is still waiting? If that happens, my tuition could be several times higher than that of my classmates. Not because I study less, not because I work less, not because I don't belong here, simply because my family's application has been waiting for years. Waiting has become part of my life. This has taken away certainty. This has taken away opportunities. And sometimes it even takes away hope. The hardest part isn't just what I have lost. It's watching that my parents have lost. They came to Canada with hope. They work hard. They follow the rules. They pay taxes. They are trying to build a better future for our family. But every day, I see the stress they carry. I see my mother trying not to cry. I hear conversations about things children should never have to worry about. Sometimes I pretend not to notice because I don't want them to worry about me too. No child should feel responsible for protecting their parents from heartbreak. Canada has taught me the value of fairness, compassion, and opportunity. Those values are why I want to stay here. I want to study here. I want to build my future here. I want to give back to the country that has given me so much. Today, I am not asking for special treatment. I am simply asking for fairness, a timely decision, a chance to move forward, because delayed decisions don't just affect immigration files. They affect families, they affect children, and they affect futures. I shouldn't have to choose my future based on an unfinished application. I should be choosing it based on my dreams. Thank you for listening, and thank you for standing with families like mine. Please remember this. Behind every delayed application is a real family. Behind every file number is a child who is simply waiting for the chance to dream without fear. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And next one is me. Where is me? Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Queen Yan. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I applied for permanent residence in April 2024. At that time, the IRCC website showed a processing time is about 13 months. I believe I would receive a decision within about a year, but today I have been waiting for more than 2 years. In October 2024, my application entered the security screening. I understand the security screening is important for Canada's safety, and I fully respect that process. I have now been security screening about 30 months, and I still no decision. During the past 2 years, I requested my case information several times, but there has been no meaningful progress. In September 2025, I even applied for a mandamus order in federal court because the delay has been too long, had become too long. 10 months has passed, but there's still no progress. Since coming to Canada, I have followed the law, worked hard, and paid my taxes. I came here to build a better future and contribute to this country, but this long wait has put my life on hold. My 86-year-old mother lives alone in China because my immigration status is still uncertain. I cannot stay in China for long to take care of her or visit her whenever he needs me. Every time she gets sick or needs help, I worried about I can't be there for her. I also cannot look for better job opportunities back home and make long-term plans for my future. This long wait has brought constant stress and anxiety to my family. We do not know when our lives can finally move forward. We are not asking for special treatment. We are simply asking for fairness, transparency, and timely decision. We are waiting for the chance to live our lives with certainty, dignity, and hope. Thank you.
这是不是效果好？这应该效果是不是？这个口号。
Next, sorry. Next, since my husband is working, so I'd like to read what he wants to say in his behalf. Hello everyone. I came to Canada with my wife because we wanted to build a new life together. What I love most about Canada is peaceful, quiet, free, and welcome environment. That's the kind of place where we hope to build our future. like my wife, I also applied for permanent residence in 2024, and my application entered the security screening. We have now been waiting for more than 2 years. I understand Canada needs security screening, and I respect that process. But the long delay has left our family living with constantly every day without permanent residence status. That's very difficult to find stable long-term employment. I want to work hard. I want to contribute more. I want the opportunity to build a better career. But now it is difficult to make plans for the future. We do not feel secure enough to buy a home or build a life we dreamed of when we came to Canada. We choose Canada because we believe in its values of fairness, respect, and opportunity. We are not asking for special treatment. We are simply asking for fair and timely decisions so that we can finally move forward with our lives. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Yu Hongzhang, and like many of you here today, I'm standing here with my heavy heart. I came to Canada with a dream. I work hard every day, I pay my taxes, and I contribute to this wonderful country. But behind my daily routine lies a painful reality. My husband and I have been forced to live thousands of miles apart in 2 different countries for years. In August 2024, we received our AOR for permanent residence. I did everything right, and we passed our biometric. We passed our medical exam. We submit every single document IRCC asked for. But in August 2025, a few years ago, our PR application in the security screening, and then total silence. Desperate just to see each other, my husband applied for a single visitor visa on February this year. Nearly 6 months have passed, and there is not a single update. 6 months for visitor visa to see his wife, and that is why we are here. Why I'm here today. I'm not asking for separate special treatment. I'm asking for transparency in security screening and fair privacy time for our PR application, urging processing for visitor visa so separated family can reunite. To the IRCC and to the Canada government, we are real people with real life. We have waiting enough, and we deserve answers. And delay demand transparency now, fairness for all. Thank you.
IRCC and Judge CBSA, Winnipeg, CSIS, finish the check. Make a decision. Make a decision. 大家特别是觉得自己比较好，还是想在在
这样可以了吧？ Okay, it's now my. Now it's my turn. I would say I submitted my PR application in June 2023, and at the end of this year, my case was dropped off in security screening. Until now, it has been lasting over 3 years, and so far I have not got my PR approved. And during this period, I tried many ways to obtain information about reason for screening and my case current progress. However, I didn't get any useful information from IRCC. Instead, I just was replied message as it's still under security screening and lasting time cannot be controlled. The extremely long and unpredictable waiting time for security screening has made a tremendous negative impact on me and my family. Firstly, due to this situation, my family and we have been living under long-term emotional stress and anxiety. We feel nervous and anxious almost every day. I even have to rely on medication to help me to sleep normally, even if I cannot fully focus on my daily job because of anxious emotion. Meanwhile, since my application is still under security screening, and I worry that IRCC might request additional documents from me at any time. So last year, when my grandma passed away, I even didn't dare go home. So I lost the last chance to see my grandma. This is, to be honest, it's really a big hurt for me. Secondly, this situation has seriously affected my career planning and development. For working, I cannot freely change my job because I don't have open work permit. For PR applicant, we only have closed work permit. Even if someone came to me and told me, hey, you are good. I wanna offer you a nice job. Are you willing to work for me? But I only can say, sorry, I don't want to change my job. Is that the real reason? No, everybody knows, right? That's because I can't change my job. And also, for my study, I'm interested in French learning, and I have ever tried many times to contact French school, but the only one answer is, sorry, we only provided the free training for PR or citizens. We cannot provide any free training for temporary citizens. So my study also stopped. Now I only can learn French on website by myself. So now my eldest son, he's facing a big problem because from September next semester he will be in grade 12 and he needs to apply for university. I think many of families knows, right? Some of subjects they don't accept international students. They only accept PR or citizens, or maybe they PR and the citizens have priority to choose such kind of subjects. Unfortunately, which one my son is interested is veterinary medicine. They don't accept any international students. So it means what? It means if I cannot get my PR approved timely, my son cannot apply this subject. and cannot apply for this university. And all of his effort or hard study will be like waste, because from grade 10 and to grade 11, all of like course or lessons he choose just based on this subject he's interested. So I just want to ask why we have to let children to pay for it. Why don't we take some action and make some changes? Please, this is all from me. Thank you. Next one is Zhang Baichen.
My name is Baichen Zhang. Like many people here today, we come to Canada with hope. We believe in Canada's value, fairness, transparency, and opportunity, respect the rule of law. So we submit our application. We prepared our application carefully and waiting patiently. I submitted my application in January 2022 and waited patiently. Since then, we have been waiting for month and after month, year after year. No explanation, no timeline, and no indication about when we can finally be completed. We understand Canada must protect its national security. Security screening is important, and we support it. Every nation has the power, has the right to ensure immigrants do not pose the immigrant risk. For years, my family and I living with uncertainty. Almost every day, we ask ourselves the same questions. When will this end? Is there something wrong with our application? Even no one can tell us when will this end. The hardest part is not just waiting. It is the silence. Without permanent residence status, we feel we have to face lots of difficulties. Many opportunities still remain out of reach. And long-term decisions become difficult. Many family major decisions we can't make just because we simply live with uncertainty. So this is why we are here. We are not asking for special treatment. We are not asking anybody to help us skip the security screening. We just ask transparency. We ask for fairness. We ask for the government improve their immigration system to give our a reasonable timeline. We ask for the reasonable and meaningful communication with the applicants who have already waiting for a long time and far beyond what anybody would consider reasonable. Today, we still believe in Canada. We believe in Canada's value is fairness, is justice, is opportunity, and obey the law of rule. This is why we came here. We respectfully hope the Canada government can not only to improve the immigration just secure, but also transparency, accountable, and compassionate. I hope that one day no family have to waiting for a long time with no answers. I hope that no family wondering why they have to waiting so long without answers. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you for Zhang Baichen. And next one is KH1. She's ready. Okay, welcome.
In August 2024, I applied for permanent residence in Canada. At the time, IRCC's website estimated that my application would take about 5 months to process. I knew it was only an estimate. Immigration applications take time, and I was prepared to be patient. A few months later, I learned that my application has entered an additional review process. I understood that additional reviews are sometimes necessary, so I wasn't asking for shortcuts. What I didn't expect was what comes next. Months passed with no meaningful update, no estimated completion date, and no way to know whether I would be waiting another month, another year, or even longer. The waiting gradually became part of my daily life. This year, my grandmother turned 91 years old. Every time I spoke with my parents, they asked me the same question: when are you coming home? I never knew how to answer because my immigration status remained temporary while I waited for a decision. I couldn't risk leaving Canada. I wasn't worried about missing a vacation. I was worried that if something happens to my grandmother, I might not be able to get back to see her in time. The waiting affected other parts of my life too. I kept postponing decisions about my future. Should I buy a home? Should I start making long-term plans in Canada? When could I finally invite my parents to spend more time with me here? Every answer became the same. Let's wait until my permanent residence is finalized. But no one could tell me when that would be. I understand that Canada has a responsibility to protect its security, and I respect that. What I hope is a process that is more transparent. If an application requires additional review, applicants deserve to know where they are in the process and to have a realistic timeline. Because when there is no information, no timeline, and no end in sight, people don't just put an application on hold. they put their lives on hold. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Oh, chance time. Sorry.
好，我们大家注意一下，我们喊一下第二部分口号啊。What do we want? Transparency. When do we want it? Now. How long have we waited? Too long. How long is too long? 3 years is too long.
Okay, let's welcome Chang to present his story.
Morning, everyone. My name is Chang. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I came to Canada in 2021 as international student, completed my master's in computer science, and chose to build my future here in Saskatchewan. Today, I'm a full-time worker teaching IT and emerging technologies. Every day, I help prepare students for careers that contribute to Canada. In 2024, after receiving my Saskatchewan provincial nomination, I submitted my application for PR, permanent residence. Since then, my family and I have been waiting for the final decision. I fully understand that security screening is an important part of Canada's immigration system. I respect that process, and I've been always complied with every request from IRCC. However, what is difficult to understand is why our application continues to remain in security screening with no clear timeline or explanation. This uncertainty affects every aspect of our lives. My family has built our lives in Canada. My wife and 2 children have made Saskatchewan their home. My children attend school here, have made friends here, and dream about their future here. Yet every day we continue to live with uncertainty, unable to know when our lives can finally move forward. I contribute to Canadian education, pay taxes, and serve my community. My family follows the law, contributes to society, and has done everything that Canada has asked of us. We're not asking for special treatment. We're simply asking for a fair and a timely decision. The federal court has recognized that immigration applications should not be delayed unreasonably. Security screening should protect Canada, but it should not become the indefinite process without transparency or accountability. Today, I respectfully ask IRCC to complete the processing of our applications and make a final decision as soon as possible. Every applicant deserves certainty. Every family deserves certainty. Waiting without any timeline is one of the hardest parts of this journey. Thank you very much.
is Patrick. Yeah, Patrick.
My 74-year-old severely disabled mother and my 82-year-old father with hearing loss. What my family is losing after 38 months of immigrant delay. With high-class ceiling and in the immigration process, what is the feeling concealed is not merely tied because in application file. In my home country, my 74-year-old mother and my 82-year-old father are growing older by the day. Their physical health is rapidly deteriorating and they face a constant possibility of the life-threatening emergency. They meet their son and grandchildren in Canada every day. I am their only son who is a relative close. He stay close to them and provide the substantial long-term care. Yet I remain in Canada, unable to return to care for them. All I can do watch their life from the 1,000 kilometers away through a cold security camera screen. My mother is 74 years old. She suffers from COPD and Parkinson's disease and has been official as disease has been a level 3 disability. Her mobility is seriously impaired. She also depression feeling of gait, a debilitating symptom of the Parkinson's disease. What is happened? He feels suddenly become unable to move. After they have been glued to the floor. At any moment, she may lose her balance and fall because her age or poverty and over medical condition. A single fall can result in a future permanent loss of mobility or even death. Beginning in January 2026, my mother severely in pain in her lower back and feet and became almost unable to walk. At one point, the condition is close to the particle paralysis. My family took him to hospital in search of treatment. After a long and difficult process, our hospital finally agreed to provide the surgery and rehabilitation. The treatment brought some relief. Afterward, my mother worked hard every day to regain to thrive through rehabilitation exercise at home. She knew that her son was not beside her. She also knew the elder husband no longer had physical strength to care for her. She therefore forced herself to remain strong and independent. But despite all its efforts, the danger of PL will eventually become real. One day, without warning, my mother fell inside in her home. She collapsed lie on the cold floor and unable to move or stand up. There's no younger family member in the house and no professional caretaker nearby. She could do in a lie and the floor and cry out toward the home security camera with all strength she had left. She didn't know we might happen to check the camera from Canada. She didn't know whether anyone could hear her. All she could do was continue calling to forward the camera, hoping that her son on the other side of the world might somehow see her. The camera allowed me to serve her severely, but it could not allow me to reach both the screen and the lead from her door. After immediately, half an hour later, my 82-year-old father returned home and found his lying there. But my father is elder and physical fat. He tried with all his strength, but he could lift my mother from the floor by himself. Facing lying helplessly in front of me, she became defiant. In the end, she had no choice but had to leave the house in tears and ask the labor hurt for her. Only after 7 people come together would be able to lift my mother from the cold floor. That time, they fortunately not suffer a motor serious injury. But what about that time? My father also suffered from severe intellectual hearing loss, particularly in his left ear. This means if my mother fought in another home, she may not hear to her calling for help at all. The danger is even greater at night or when there is background noise. Hearing impairment and also make it difficult for him to answer telephone calls under instruction clearly and community effectively and emergency service who are in agreed. My family now are extremely vulnerable to two-person household. A 74-year-old severely disabled woman could fall at any moment, and an 82-year-old man who physical strength to report to it. They hear to write time for help. The situation not really inconvenient. Every week, they live with unpractical and potential to violate weight. At their son, watch the record of my father lying helplessly on the floor while my wife got unsuccessfully to lift her unbearable. My natural instinct was to buy a plane ticket immediately now. We returned home and we made with them for the long and laterally, but it was able to do, but I cannot. Our calculation for President resident to submit in June 2023 more than 38 months to now pass. The Social Security will make unworkable. One permanent resident status is uncircled, and I currently able to remain my life in Canada only through temporary work or quality violation. My old son will enter grade 12 in September this year. In effect, to grad from a Canada high school in next year. Because our immigrant immigration status remains unresolved. Leaving Canada for eternity to care my parents could jeopardize my employment on temporary status and my children's ability to complete high school in Canada. My son had already spent years studying in Canadian education system. He no longer had a school record in a relative as a mandate pathway from allow him to return smooth to the education system in our country origin. If our family was forced to leave Canada, he could find himself unable to complete high school probably in either other country. I therefore be forced to make a choice that no son and no father should ever have to make. If I return to home care for my parents, everything my family is struggle to build in Canada or over 3 years could collapse. My son could lose his ability to continue his education, and our family could lose the legal foundation to allow to remain in Canada. If I stay in Canada, I must continue watching my children disabled mother and here in her face three danger alone. When they fell, they to answer the telephone whenever I could not see on the camera. I could rather other emergency had occurred. The survey has no last for a day and a month. It continues for years. I can fully permit my duty on son, as son I could not properly my son for was consequent or unresolved status. The Poland estimation delay is now estimating 2 generations of my family at the same time. Despite my parents, their son care during the vulnerable stage of their lives. He has paid my children's education future of cloud from uncertainty. My older son has full in Canada, completing much his secondary education here. Like other Canadian high school students, he should be able to gain a appropriate work experience, learn about society, develop independent and discovering the direction of the future. However, because he took a study permit, he cannot participate in order in employment opportunity in the same way or classmates who permit resident of Canadian citizens. We watch other children get work experience, make plans and prepare for university, while his only life remains restricted by the unresolved immigration fight. Our permanent resident application is unsolved when he graduates in June 2027. He may be practical and international student in various countries with rely and complete with high school education. They could make
Hello, Jeff.
It could make lots of that the most deep to children wait and be unable to qualify for the grant and children lost roads are generally available and to local students. Instead, he could pay international tuition fee amount to $10,000 per year. For an original working immigration family, that no simple a matter paying somewhat higher tuition. It means that the university is completely unavailable. My son has done nothing wrong. He worked hard, adapt a new language and environment to compete to continue in Canada. He should looking forward enter university hall. Instead, he taught an admission process to he continue 4 years without a key and date. He made the opportunity to continue to education. This 38-month immigration delay is no longer a question of positive time. He left a 74-year-old severely disabled woman lying on the floor without anyone able to reach her in time. He found he had bought an 18-year-old man was hearing loss caregiving responsibility far beyond her physical ability. He fought a son and truth between protecting the elder parents and protecting the son in the future. And he paid a young man approaching high school graduation at risk or lost access to higher education as a future infrastructure. I understand the importance means I will to cover school and law school, unreasonable investigate of requirements, but not any major churches process to continue identify. No review to allow deploy their life each generation of the ordinary family. I know after the special treatment, I am not asked any necessary process by past. I know I am not asked anyone to act outside the law. I'm asked only the human consequence for the prolonged delay to recognize and that authority complete the necessary review with a reasonable period of the time, so our family can finally with really a keen decision. To an animation assistant, our may be a file that we may under review. To ask if we may tie in my parents' life a son integrate reject a children's future that may be changed forever.
Thank you, Patrick. It's a long story, right? It means that every family is facing lots of problems and troubles, right? I would say sorry. Just now we speak with that's my bad. Now let's welcome Wilson to present his story. Come.
Today we are here. We are don't upset the security screen, but we are upset waiting without a time limit. My name is Wei Feng. I'm here living in Saskatoon for 4.5 years. I work as an IT professional, and I also own a small business here in Saskatchewan. I have been waiting for my permanent residence for 30 months. Out of those 30 months, My security screening alone has taken 564 days. I wanted to make one thing very clear. We are not here to upset the security screen. We support security screen because it helps us protect Canada and keeps families safer, including ours. The problem is not the screen itself. The problem is that no one will tell us when it will end. When there is no deadline, no update, and no explanation, family cannot move forward. Canada believes in procedural fairness. That means every government process should be fair, consistent, and have clear rules. Security screen is no exception. When there is no timeline, no updates, and no explanation, it's hard for people to understand how the process is working. This is why reasonable timelines matter. Let me share something facts. My wife and I applied together. Her security screen took 8.5 months. Mine has now lasted 564 days, and it's still not finished. IRCC confirmed there were no security concerns on January 10th, 2025. Since then, nothing has changed. No update, no explanation, no decision. Every day, we keep waiting, hoping that today will finally be the day we heard something. After a while, you stop wondering how much longer it will take. You just wonder if anyone is still looking at your file. My daughter is 16 years old. She has spent the last 5 years growing up in Canada. She's getting ready to apply for university, just like her classmates. But while they are planning for the future, she doesn't. She doesn't know what her future will look like. All because we are still waiting for a decision. The hardest part is that life doesn't stop while we wait. Children grow up. Parents grow older. Opportunities come and go. But our lives remain stuck, waiting for an answer that never seems to come. Security and fairness can exist together. Canada can protect its people while also treating applicants fairly. This is what procedural fairness is all about. We are not asking for special treatment. We are simply asking for a fair process. A process with a timeline. A process with an answer. because every exchange day of waiting is another day that the family cannot move forward. Security screen should protect this country. It should not quietly destroy families one by one. Thank you.
Thank you, Weifeng. His voice is strong and powerful, right? Next one, we welcome Frank. Where's Frank? Is he here? Okay, let's just speaking. Then Joey, are you ready? Ready? Okay, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zoe, and I'm 12 years old. I know today many adults are talking about immigration, permanent residence, and security screening. But I want to tell you what all of that feels like from a child's point of view. My family has been waiting for our permanent residence for 3 years and 8 months. When I hear adults talk about waiting, well, I think about something different. I think about time. 3 years is a long time when you're 12. It's also 1/3 of my life. During these years, I finished elementary school, and I made new friends. I celebrated birthdays, I grew taller, and I changed. But one thing never seemed to change. We were always waiting for an email, waiting for an update, waiting for someone to tell us what was happening. Sometimes I ask my mom if there's any news. Most of the time she just says, not yet. One of the hard parts is missing my grandma. I haven't seen her for many years. She tells me how grandma took care of me, tell me when I cried, and loved me with all her heart. I don't remember because I was so young. Sometimes I wish I could make new memories, but there are many stories about the old ones. My grandma has become very sick over the past few years. I wish I could spend more time with her. I wish I could give her a hug. But my family has to keep waiting. I know Canada cares deeply about safety. I respect that. I just hope families like mine don't have to wait for years without knowing what is actually happening. Children don't understand immigration rules, but we do understand missing the people we love. We understand watching our parents worry every day. We understand that time is something we can never get back. I hope that one day my family can stop waiting. I hope I can see my grandma again. And I hope no child has to spend so much of their childhood wondering when their family can finally move forward. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, actually not only every family has story, but also every kid also has their thoughts from their perspective. Our children prepared some like handicrafts to demonstrate here, and they also had some thoughts and want to say something from their perspectives. So now let's invite Patrick's daughter to say something. 她可以吗？ Are you okay? 讲什么？你能讲什么语言就讲什么语言 ，OK 吗？没准备，你们有听不听吗？说吧。It knows the schedule. Are you okay? 说吧。 让你的爸爸代替你说。Okay, Patrick will introduce this picture to everyone.
可以说中文吗？
可以，是。
大家好，这是我女儿 在这38个月加拿大的感受画了一幅画画。然后这是我远方的母亲，一个是74岁和82岁的老人，在中国。我的母亲已经在医疗判定为那个冻结部，还有一个帕金森症，还有我的爸爸左耳已经失聪了。就在上2个月，那个危险已经发生了。这里有我的摄像头那个照片，等一下。这是从那个我家里的摄像头拍摄的照片，一个是在2026年的6月28号，我妈妈就摔倒了，然后我爸爸没办法扶起我的妈妈，然后只能够去找那个邻居去帮忙。在第二次的话是在7月8号，我妈妈再次跌倒，在这次比较幸运一点，我爸爸在旁边。这次可以帮他扶起来，然后我妈妈就被政府判定为3级残疾，然后我作为一个儿子，我面临一个人生的交叉点，还有我的儿子在。我儿子9年级准备是12年级了，就明年的7月份就准备读大学，但是 IRCC 还没做一个清晰的决定，到底我们是怎么样？儿子是比较努力的学习，但是他不像那个本地生一样能参加一些职级的机会。然后没办法去参与那个社会的活动，或者是取得一个工作的经验。然后作为一个普通的家庭，如果明年去面对那个国际生的学费的话，我们是没办法负担的。还有另外一个就是我女儿在这38个月里面就画的一个最后一幅画，照片那里中间的是我，就令我最大的感受就是说那些网格到底是代表什么意思？里面有一些星星符号，还有一些问号，还有一些方向，还有一些去 supermarket， 还有去 shopping， 还有去游乐场玩。我问他这代表是什么意思？他说是日常的琐碎。那我按照我自己的理解，这就是 security screening， 就是我全家就被在这个38个月的网格那里已经笼罩了。但是他还没做一个清晰的决定，到底我人生交叉点是到底怎么转折？我就说，你尽快爽快一点，有一个透明度，到底行还是不行，尽快给我一个决定，不要延误大家还有孩子的人生的规划。我说完了。
OK， 所以这展示的环节就过了哦。
展示环节
注意要讲吗？因为他在这讲了。OK， Zoe，please demonstrate your pictures. Yeah, okay. I will help you.
When I was thinking about designing this poster, I kept asking myself one question. If somebody walks by very slow for a few seconds, what do I want them to remember? I don't want them to remember statistics. I don't want them to remember legal terms. I don't even want them to remember my story. I want them to remember one simple thing. There are real people behind these delays. That was where everything started. When people hear the word immigration file or security screening, it sounds like people. It sounds like the numbers on a computer screen. But for us, these files are not documents. They are our lives. Every application represents a family, a husband and a wife, a child waiting to grow up with certainty, parents getting older thousands of miles away, people trying to build a business, people paying taxes, people contributing to Canada while waiting for an answer. Maybe someone has been waiting 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 4. Some have missed the birth of a child. Some have missed a chance to see a parent. Some have postponed buying a home. Some cannot change jobs. Some cannot leave Canada without fear. The same uncertainty, the lock itself represents something else. It represents a system that feels impossible to open. Not because we want special treatment, not because we want shortcuts, because we simply don't know when the waiting will end. Lock normally protects everything, but when a lock never opens, it becomes a prison. That's why the lock in the poster is cracked. Those cracks are important. They're not symbols of destruction. They're symbols of hope. They represent transparency. They represent accountability. They represent communication. They represent the possibility the system can improve. Some people ask me why. Because this movement is not against Canada. Actually, it's because we believe in Canada. We believe Canada stands for fairness. We believe Canada stands for the rule of law. We believe Canada values transparency and equal treatment. If we didn't believe in those values, we won't be standing here today asking for them. You all notice birds flying behind the lock. For me, they represent freedom. The freedom to know where your future is. The freedom to stop putting your entire life on pause. The broken pieces around the lock are also meaningful. Some people think breaking something means anger. For me, it means breaking silence, breaking uncertainty, breaking endless waiting, breaking fear. Another thing I thought was the colors. I personally avoided bright, cheerful colors. At the same time, I didn't want the poster to look aggressive. I wanted it to feel serious. Because that's exactly what the gathering is. We're here peacefully, we're here respectfully, we're not attacking anyone, we're not questioning the importance of national security. Canada absolutely has a responsibility to protect its people. We respect that. What we're asking is for something different. We're asking that secure screening also be transparent, reasonable, and completed within a fair time frame. Security and fairness should never be opposites. We should exist together. The words on the poster are also very simple. Because that's really the heart of the issue. People can't accept waiting, but people struggle to accept waiting without knowing why, without updates, without communication, without any timeline. And finally, we demand answers. Not special treatment, not preferential treatment, just answers. Just communication, just clarity, just a decision. When people look at this poster, I hope they don't simply see a design. I hope they see families. I hope they see children. I hope they see workers. They see interpreters. I hope they see ordinary people who choose Canada because they believe in their values. This poster isn't about anger. It's about blame. It's about making invisible people visible. It's about reminding everyone that behind every delayed application is a human life that cannot be paused forever. And if someone walks away, remember only one thing. I hope it is: every file is a family. Every delay is a life on hold. Every person deserves an answer.
Thank you for Zoe and Patrick's daughter demonstration. And now let's welcome Alex send his story. Alex. Hello. Okay. Then XY. XY, where is XY? Okay. Welcome.听不到后面是吧？哦，范中
这个没关系。好了，把这个刀拿掉，把这个放中间，因为这个肩坐在中间，不然的话怎么办？对。
Hello.
My story is not unique. When I apply permanent residence through Canada PNP, I believe I am entering a clear rule-based pathway. I follow every requirement. I pass eligibility, medical, and criminal checks. I legally obtain a work permit, move to Canada, secure employment, pay taxes, and build a life in my community. Then my application enters security screening. Years later, I'm still waiting. What I have come to realize is that there's not just my story. It is the reality of many PNP applicants across Canada. Many of us are already living here, working, paying tax, raising families, and contributing our communities. Yet prolonged security screening has led us trapped into administrative limbo. For those holding employment-specific closed work permits, the impact is even greater. A closed work permit ties a worker with a single employer. Better opportunity cannot pursue. Careers grow stalls. Additional work to support a family is often impossible. As living costs raise, income remains restricted, not because of ability, but because of immigration status. Over time, an immigration delay becomes much more than a delayed application. It becomes restricted labor mobility, lost career opportunity, financial pressure, and years of uncertainty for entire families. Many Canadian-born children are grown up while their parents remain stuck in an unresolved immigration process. This is not only an issue for applicants, it is an issue for all of the Canada. Canada says it needs skilled workers. PNP province nominate them. Employers hire them, applicants relocate, work, pay taxes, and contribute. Yet prolonged security screening can leave this same worker locked into one employer for years, preventing them from contributing where their skills are needed most. When skilled workers cannot move freely, business lost flexibility, labor shortage becomes harder to address, talent is underutilized, and economic growth suffers. Most applicants are not opposed to security screening. National security matters. Security screening is legitimate and necessary, but security screening could protect Canada, not trap low-risk skilled applicants in years of unexplained limbo while locking away their potential to contribute to Canada's economy. As Prime Minister McCartney said, we take the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Security screening is part of the reality, but he also said Canada is a stable and reliable partner in a world that is anything but. A stable and reliable immigration system should also provide timely decisions, transparency, and predictability. We are not asking for guaranteed approval. We are asking for fairness, accountability, and an end of endless and administrative limbo, so skilled workers who are already built Canada can finally contribute their full potential. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. And the next one will be Q. Who is QU? Hello? Nobody is here? Okay, is Alex back? Is Alex back?
Let me call.
Okay. Next one is Yan. Yan.
他讲完了，
Who is Yan?
他提前了，他提前讲完了，
发生了什么？
他提前讲完了。第二个。
这是你的是吧？
对。
OK。鲁宾王呢 ？Next one is 鲁宾王。标准，哇哦。
大家注意一下，就是一定要把这个通道给让出来，要不然影响人的通行了，到时候警察就有意见了。不管你怎么都能够过人。
My name is Robbie. This is my daughter Annie. We are immigrant family from Shanghai, China. We have been in Regina, Saskatchewan for almost 3 years. This month, the World Cup was over, and the last year, Saskatchewan rubber riders with football campaign. But to me, to our family, we have still been waiting for the result of security screening. Why do people like watching sport matches such as soccer or football? Not only do the matches make me happy and exciting, but we also relative fair, transparent and predictable. On the contrary, the applications who are in security checks are completed, not playing by the same rules of the game. As a result, we continue to live a state of liberty, and able to plan our family's future with stability or confidence. After getting the so-called security, my family life in Canada has been put on hold. I dare not change my job. My wife dare not start a business. We dare not buy a house. We did not plan our children's education. We dare not leave Canada for too long, and we even dare not do more shopping or offer anyone who might affect the case. We live like a group of suspects. The embarrassing situation sometimes reminds me of the painful experience which we suffered during the 3 months of Shanghai lockdown in 2022. We never forget the painful experience. But now we are in Canada. We suffer the same life. I believe most of us to immigrate to Canada want to education my next generation. But we graduate and back to the life here through the winter is very harsh. We have replaced hustle and bustle with peace and cute, and supported ourselves instead of convenience. To some extent, we are the survivors and the refugees of war without fire. By now, tariff wars and trade wars continue, the same as the Russia and the Ukraine war and the youth area conflict. Personally, our nightmare continue too. The
certainly has opposed the magnificent actions and suppress both our professional development and personal well-being. The ordinary people in Canada are most friendly, generous, and warm-hearted. But we still feel awkward hearing our co-workers, local friends, and the neighborhood that our status is screen in progress because we will look at you as spies. Whether it's a joke or mean serious. As the main application of my family, today I have faced challenges from my wife and my child. They also usually ask my question, when will our applications finally be processed? When can I see my grandpapa and grandma? When can I see my relatives and close friends in China? Why do you bring us to Canada, a so far and so cold land? I feel full of guilty because I can't give them a clear answer and timeline. Honestly, after trying and filling all available help methods, I began to doubt whether Canada is being faced with our applications. Who follows the rules and who choose Canada? My wife's English is not good, and she feels constrained strength, and we often quarrel with each other over choice. As a result, the stress and the negative emotion lead to depression and sleeplessness. In Canada, she developed near seriousness due to stress-induced overreaching and induction to her phone. Fortunately, we bought two small dogs. Some comfortable us a bit. My family all likes them. Ongoing delay has also placed a heavy metal burden on our child. My doctor, Annie, it's your turn.
I am Annie, a student in grade 9 from Regina, Saskatchewan. When my dad began this process, I was only 12 years old. I am very thankful to my mom because she agreed with my dad's proposal even though she could not speak English at all at that time. And we had never visited North America before this adventure. What I know is that my mom once worked for Walmart China, and my dad began his career at a China headquarters of an American multinational corporation. Those work is centered around global agriculture and food. I guess that may be one of the reasons why our destination is Saskatchewan. So I am not thrilled and surprised when they are so excited when they saw the similar logos easily everywhere in the province of Saskatchewan, even in the Western Development Museum. Moreover, my parents were eager to ensure my youth integration into the Canadian school system as early as possible. I have been taking English classes daily in preparation, but the prologue uncertainty has begun to partly diminish my motivation and interest in learning. The education system here is very different from China's. in June this year, I just missed the Chinese entrance exam named the Zhonghao to get into high school. A totally different path in terms of both academic and learning style. Right now, I also understand that the unsanitary surrounding our temperature response thereto is actually affecting our family's future even more than the academic differences. My dream job is become a veterinarian. I know Canada is a pet-friendly country. My family loves pets, animals, and nature. Obviously, it is that because the Western College of Veterinary Medicine in Saskatoon does not accept international students, even if my parents would afford the more expensive version, which is several times higher. My grandparents also hope that my dad can return home and not soon. They are all and they have undergone surgeries and recruits more care, whatever physically and psychologically. The black hole of separating screening makes it extremely difficult for us to move around on both borders.
This is my family story, which we want to share today. To be or not to be is a philosophical question. To quit or not quit, and to pass or not pass. There are questions for us who are waiting here, and for those persons who are working in this office building. Culture. We all appreciate this and believe the unquestionable fact that Canada is made strong and by people who come here to work and build the contribution. Even though Canada has this dark history about already shared day and the Chinese Exclusion Act after the construction of the Pacific Railway, which came into effect over 100 years ago. History proves that they are incorrect, but by now, nothing had been done with that. No transparent and unregulated operation inflict negative impacts on Canada's reputation, national image, and immigration policy. 在此，我推荐大家看一部老的电影，叫《Groundhog Day》。这是1993年的一部美国喜剧片。然后它讲述的是北美的一个土拨鼠日，其中主人公是一位气象播放员，他到了一个美国的小镇，然后就陷入了一个循环，每天过着重复的生活，直到有一天魔咒被解除了。所以我觉得我们所有的这些陷入安调的人，也类似于这种经历和感受。And finally, I wish we could get better and better day after day. Finally, succeed in jumping out the damaged loop and meet the happy ending, just like the movie shows. Thank you.
3 years.
Okay. Alex is back now. Let's welcome Alex to present his story.
Okay, thank you. 大家都中国人，我先简单一下介绍我的情况。我是2021年通过萨省的 SIMP 项目来到的，在 Regina 开一个装修公司做围栏啊、甲板啊这些。然后这几年一直是在正常经营纳税，也雇佣本地员工。2024年4月的时候申请 PR， 到现在已经是51个月了。一开始我也是耐心等待，觉得这里办事慢是正常的，后来就不对了，就发现有问题了。我和我妻子每次一起申请空间都是一起获批的，但是到2024年的时候，我们再次一起申请空间续签的时候，我的空间被批了5块，我的妻子空间到现在还没有批，所以说我是独自在这里，而且我的孩子也是前2年上大学付国际生学费。后来我实在等不了了，我向联邦法院提高了强制令。很奇怪的是，强制令一上去 ，IRCC 开始动作我的案子了，说明我的材料，这不是说明我的材料有问题，只是说明之前案子没有正在推进。后来我看了调档看到底发生了什么，然后我看到他们的时候，他们加急处理我的时候，连我的妻子的名字都读错了。后来我向 Webform 的要求他们更改。多方渠道，但也不知道他们到底改了没有。更让我想不明白的时候，在我第一次提交强制令后，我和我的妻子的案子就进入了深度的安全审查、深度调查。我不是反对安全审查，因为安全审查是对加拿大的国家安全，但我是完全支持，但是有几个重要的问题啊！我已经在加拿大工作和生活5年了，之前连续4次的成功的拿到了加拿大工签，一直合法的经营的公司纳税雇员工。如果真的需要做深度安全审查，为什么不是在之前，在我刚刚来加拿大之前，或者是我申请下的时候，为什么要等4年多？为什么要等我申请强制令后才开始？这些问题呢 ，IRCC 都没有给到我答复，因为安度审权是全体纳税人的钱去承担的。如果说他们说我们在场的各位进行安全审查的话，那他们应该快速做，因为这对国家安全是非常重要的。如果他们是怀疑有什么问题的话，应该赶紧去做安全审查。
谁已经走了，我心里面。
OK， 我只是需要 IRCC 能够一个合理的解释，也希望长期等待的人能够获得一个公平透明的及时的处理结果。OK。So I speak the English. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hong Chen Chen. Thank you for being here today for listening to my story. I came to Saskatchewan in January 2021 through the Saskatchewan's immigration learning programs with one simple dream: to build a future for my family in Canada. I started my own home improvement business. Today, my company builds plans, decks, renovations, and completes the many homes improvement projects. Over the past 5 years, my dreams has helped hundreds of the Saskatchewan families improve, protect, enjoy their homes. I pay taxes. I created the local jobs. I contributed to my community. I believed that if I worked hard, followed the rules, and contributed to the Canada, my family and I would eventually build our future here together. But today, more than 51 months later, I'm still waiting. Well, my business were growing up. My family has not. My wife is still overseas. We have spent years living apart. My son is studying in Canada because my permanent residence application has not been finalized. He continues paying the international student tuition instead of the local tuition. In the early 2020,
23, I injured my knee. I waited nearly 2 years for the surgery in Saskatchewan. During my work permit renewal, I lost my provincial health coverage. Eventually, I had no choice but to travel overseas for surgery. When I was in pain, I'm alone. When I injured my back at work, I'm alone. When I returned home after work, I was alone. When I needed my family the most, they were still 10,000 kilometers away. But there is something I still cannot understand. Last year, my application entered the enhanced security scheme. Let me be clear. I respect Canada's responsibilities to protect national security. Security scheme is important. It protects Canada. It is also funded by Canadian taxpayers. That is exactly why it should be conducted efficiently, consequently, and at the right time. But I have the one simple question. I have already lived in Canada for more than 5 years. I have already received a work permit 4 times, and I'm currently in Canada. If I was trusted to receive work permit 4 times, living and work in Canada for 5 years, build a business, pay taxes, and employ the local workers, why am I only now being treated as a potential security concern when applying for the permanent residence? If enhanced security screening were necessary, why wasn't it completed years ago? Why only after more than 4 years of the waiting in Canada? Why after I had already built my business, established my life, and contributed to my community? These are questions I still cannot answer. That hurts the most is not simple the waiting. It is the not knowing when it will end. Every morning, I continue working. I continue serving hundreds of Saskatchewan families. I continue paying taxes. I continue bleeding in this country. But every night, I return to an empty home. After 51 months, I believe every application deserves transparency, fairness, consistency, and a decision with a reasonable time. I came to Canada to build a future. For more than 5 years, I have helped Saskatchewan families build their safer homes. After 15 months, I'm still waiting for the chance to build my own. Thank you.
Okay, next one is Frank. Yeah.
大家好，我先用英文说啊，然后再用中文讲。到那边，到那边，Good afternoon, everyone. We stand here today in front of IRCC, not to ask for favors, but to ask for fairness. My name is Frank Shuofan. I'm a business owner, a taxpayer, and the most of all, I'm a father. For nearly 5 years, almost 1,800 days, our application of PR has been stuck in a government black hole. Look at what happened in 2021.
We paid our fees and applied. IRCC lost our files and delayed us for a whole year. For over 2 years, they trapped us in a background check. CSIS finished their review over a year ago, but our field is still frozen. No real answers, just silence. But this is not just about the paperwork, it's about my child. My 22-year-old son has cerebral autism. He can't speak for himself. He needs full care for his Because he turned 22, he had to leave high school, can't go to college, and because he's not in school, IRCC will not give him a study permit, work permit. That's a fair trial. IRCC's rulers asked me to stay here and run my business, but IRCC's delays are taking away my disabled son's right to stay with me. They are facing a father to choose between the ruler and his own son. What kind of the system does this to a child with special needs? The government is cold, and our people are warm. I live in Nakam, a small town of 500 people. In just 1 week, over 120 neighbors signed a petition for us. Thank you to our kind neighbors. Thank you, everybody. Their love gave us strength. Saskatchewan is our home, and it always will be. No more delays. We ask IRCC to fix this now. Stop hurting a helpless child. Thank you. 我再用中文说2句啊。那个，稍等我一下。加拿大政府是特别不靠谱啊，但是我们小镇上人民特别好。这个是我今天带过他们手签的120多个签名。我们镇上只有500人，我们镇上只有500人。这个基本上我们镇上只有4个中国人，然后我想说的是什么呢？就是说，萨省是个好地方，因为大家都待了很多年了，短的可能也2、3年了，长的5、6年了。我来的时候正是 COVID 的最严重的时候，那一天从中国飞温哥华的班机只有1趟，然后全机全程所有人都是全程也不吃东西，就那样就过来，满机过来了。然后到了温哥华机场一看，那个除了警犬戴着口罩，所有人都没戴口罩。然后我是想说呢，就是今天我们在这里，其实既是大家抱团取暖，也是互相抚慰一下我们受伤的心灵。我们做这些事儿呢，肯定是不仅为我们自己，也是为所有的人，将来会改变整个 IRCC 的面貌。但是我说点我自己的个人感受。我在这儿也6年了，然后从我没在中国的时候，就是在中国还在办工签的时候，我就感觉 IRCC 系统是一天一天的在烂下去。我们不考虑它什么原因，但是我现在觉得他们的系统已经彻底的崩溃了。也就是说，他们自己可能都搞不清楚我们的文件在什么地方。我们今天可能做的事情是为后人做的，是为后边那批人不再像我们这样痛苦做的。但是基于我们自己的话，可能还是会很慢。这个可能很多人会有沮丧，但是我觉得如果大家有能力、有机会的，还是尽量的。使用终极的方法，也就是强制令，因为我也在做这个强制令，也走了很长时间了。现在总算是有了比较关键的1步的进展，当然后面可能还有2步左右，也许就能看到曙光。所以我是强烈建议大家，因为现在可能法律解决是唯一的终极的解决手段了。当然这个仅供大家参考啊，谢谢大家。
Frank, right. He got over 100 local signatures for our petitions. That's really exacting. Sorry. That's really good news for us. And now let's welcome Xiaowenzi, one of our trans leaders, to share her story with everybody.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Xiaotong Li. Our family applied for Canadian permanent residence in October 22. In June 2023, we came to Canada with our 10-month-old son to begin a new life. 1 month later, my husband had to return to China to deal with personal matters. In December 2023, his permanent residence application was placed under security screening. Shortly afterward, his work permit application was also placed under security screening. Since then, we have received no meaningful updates and no timelines for when the process will end. Today, our son is almost 4 years old. During the most important years of his childhood, he has only seen his father a few times. Whenever he sees other children playing with their father, he asks me, "When can Daddy live with us?" I never know how to answer, because I don't know the answer myself. This indefinite security screening has separated a husband and wife, and a father and son. It has forced our family to live with constant uncertainty, anxiety, and loneliness. I'm raising our child alone in a foreign country without the support of my husband. My husband has missed countless milestones in our son's life, and our son is growing up without the daily love and guidance of his father. We understand that Canada has a responsibility to protect the national security, and we respect the reasonable security screening. But when there is no transparency, no clear timeline, and no end in sight, ordinary families pay the price. We are not asking for special treatment. We are simply asking for a fair, transparent, and timely process, so our son can finally grow up with both of his parents. Thank you.
我们喊一遍第三部分的口号。
End the delay! End the delay! We need answers!
We need answers!
Process finally!
Process finally!
Equal standards, equal justice!
Equal standards, equal justice!
Stop the delay, set us free!
Stop the delay, set us free!
Families together, Canada stronger!
Families together, Canada stronger!
Okay, now let's welcome Yunzhi. Yunzhi, yeah.
And first of all, thank you organizers and employers. So I can stand here to share my life. Here 4 years, I have been here 4 years. Over 4 years, I worked hard here, but I got nothing. I separate with my family, and actually everyone's story is my story. And my dad is old and almost died this year, but I can't go home. I can't go home to spend time with him, even little bit time. And my son went back to China because he's a university student, and he's worked really hard, studied hard, but he can't get the offer of the McMaster university. He wanted to study master here, but he's just a university student, he scored just 90, but local student just 75, and he got offer. So my son so disappointed and went back to start master and PhD. So I want to make my long story too short. I just want IRCC give our response, give a little bit respect. Our Chinese all work hard here. We want IRCC give our respect. So that's what I want to say. And end of the emotional damage, end of the health damage. Okay, it's my story. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you for sharing. And next one is here done by the second story from done by Chen. Okay.
Hello everyone. We came to Canada in August 2023. Like many years, we came here believing Canada's value of freedom, fairness, and the true law. We wanted to build a new life through hard work and honesty. Today, our PR application is just started security screen. After nearly 3 years, there has no progress, no timeline, and no explanation. This endless uncertainty has deeply affected our lives. We cannot plan the future with confidence. Our career, our families, and our dreams remain on hold. We came to Canada seeking freedom and opportunity. Yet today, many of us feel like a kite tied down by a rope. We can see open sky, but we cannot fly. We are here today not to fight and not to blame anyone. We are here because we want our voice to be heard. We respect Canada's responsibilities to protect national security, and we understand that security screening is important. But we also ask for transparency, reasonable processing times, and fair communication. We are not just fair numbers, we are people who work hard, obey the law, and want to contribute to Canada. What we seek is not only PR, but we also fairness, respect, and hope. Thank you.
Okay, now let's welcome Zhang Yu and his family to share their stories. Where is Zhang Yu? Zhang Yu. Where is Zhang Yu? Come here.
Okay, hi guys, I'm 18 years old and preparing to begin university. However, my family's permanent residence application has remained under security screening for more than 2.5 years, leaving my future uncertain. This prolonged delay has affected both my education and my emotional well-being. It has limited my access to scholarships and financial assistance available to permanent residents and made it difficult to apply my future colleges. I have always watched my parents work hard and contribute to Canadian society while contributing to live with uncertainty. I fully respect Canada's security screening process and respectfully hope our application can be finalized as soon as possible, allowing us to focus on my education. Thank you guys for listening. Okay. Okay. So the greatest hardship has been the prolonged separation from my family. Because my immigration status remains unresolved, our family has been unable to continue to live together. Being separated from my loved ones for such a long time is emotionally painful. When my family members need support in become ill or experiencing critical life events, I cannot be there to assist. Likewise, when I have difficulties in Canada, I must handle everything on my own. Although modern technology allows us to communicate through video calls, it can never replace being physically together. Holidays and family celebrations are especially difficult, as they constantly remind me of all we have.
从6年级开始，我们全家一直等待加拿大的 PR 审批。漫长的等待让我们这一家聚少离多，也给我的学习和未来带来了很多压力。但这些经历让我学会了坚强、独立和珍惜家人。我相信总有一天会迎来属于我们的好消息。
Okay, thank you for sharing. And the next one is also the last one. Story from Daniel. He will not only share his personal story, he also will give us a closing speech for today's event. So let's welcome Daniel.
大家好，我是 Daniel。我先介绍一下我自己，我是2022年12月入伍2，然后23年7月到达萨斯卡通，23年8月进入安调，一直到现在。OK， 没有任何更新，因为我就一个人嘛，我单身，所以当时 CC 说你有什么困难？我说我好像没有太多的困难啊，但是确实拖的时间太久了。比如自己的发展啊，自己的生活啊，也受到很多影响。当然中间也有很多的焦虑挣扎，但是还好，心态还放得比较平。跟大家比起来，我看到大家的很多故事，我就觉得，哎呀，我这个根本就不算什么，所以我心里面很难过。我看到之后，如果不是因为安调，可能我们很多人，我们中间很多的人，我们都不会见面。我也非常荣幸的能够参加这样一个活动。我们即将结束了，但是呢，其实我相信大家都能够顺利的通过。即使我们拿到了 PR， 我们也是万里长征的第一步。我们后面还面对很多的职业的选择发展，还有未来的生活、孩子的教育等等问题。在最后呢，我也代表我们几位核心组织者，就是 CC、蕾蕾，欢乐喜被观点，然后还有每一位参与者、每一位发言的人、每一位小朋友，还有我们的志愿者，向大家表示真诚的感谢。还有很多来声援我们的朋友，过来支持我们的朋友，我们都非常的感谢。还有我们的几位核心组织者 CC 啊，付出了很多的时间和精力，1个月时间真的是非常非常累。还有蕾蕾，我其实承担的是比较轻的。对，还有从李亚娜，从各个小镇赶过来的朋友，都非常的辛苦，都非常的不容易。在这里我都非常的感谢大家。然后我们几位组织者，他们几位都是非常的不容易，不仅仅要做方方面面的安排和沟通，可以说除了上班下班时间都是在忙这个事情。 真的希望大家都能够快点出来。当然，我还有一些其他的话，我自己的一些想法，就是我们为什么会遭遇这些事情，有很多的原因，每个人都有每个人的难处。也有很多人告诉我，就是说啊，前人挖坑，后人遭殃，也有这样的一种说法。我想大家也都懂了，我就不过多解释了。就是曾经在美国的西部还有中国的西北都曾经发生过这样的事情，就是说原来很好的草原呢，因为牧民的过度放牧，它变成了沙漠。我为什么说这件事情呢？其实我们就好像是一群逐水草而居的牧民，在这个地方放牧啊，那不行了，我们来到这儿，就是，但是大家有没有想过，我们来到这里，我们除了要为这个国家做经济上的贡献，我们还有有没有别的可以做的事情？我们真的是不是欣赏这个国家的文明？我们是不是真正的愿意它能够真正的发展下去，让它能够长久的发展下去，而不是说我在这儿生活很好了，我不好我自己就可以了。我们为什么会遇到这些？首先是我们的祖先，可能他们都是在考虑我只顾眼前，只顾自己，最后到了我们这一代，我们就必须得远走他乡。中国的风景多么好，高山高原、河流峡谷，什么样都没有。我们为什么要来到这个地方？如果我们到这个地方仍然像从前那样，我们的后代可能也会被迫远走他乡。今天我有一个朋友Jake，他来了一会儿，当然他刚刚走了，就是他是我在教堂的朋友，每次就是有需要的时候呢，他们都会出现，都会来帮助我。虽然他们也知道我们有很多的难处和尴尬，但是萨省的人民真的是非常的热情淳朴，所以我就想到在几千年前的圣经里一句话，他说不可欺压寄居的，因为你们在埃及地做过寄居的，知道寄居的心。这是出埃及记23章9节的一句话。在他们传统的这些白人的眼里，他们就觉得我们应该支持这些人，要帮助他们。当然现在西方的文明它其实日渐式微，因为我们知道了，我就不说了，说出来可能很多人会感觉到冒犯。我们也知道为什么，但是我们究竟做什么样的选择？西方文明日渐式微，不是因为他们的经济不行了或者怎么样了，而是因为他们抛弃了自己的信仰。所以我们来到这里，我们究竟是看的是什么？就好像别人有一棵大树，我们要到这个大树下来乘凉，我们有没有想过怎样维护这棵大树，或者我们自己种一棵大树？如果是这样的话，我们就不会遇到今天这样的尴尬。当然，这个原因很复杂，有很多并不完全是这个原因，但是这只是我的自己的一点思考。我就希望，如果你真的是来到这里，愿意在这里定居，愿意在这里长久发展，那我们就真的应该学习人家的长处，学习人家的优点，看看人家的文明，他们的信仰，他们是究竟怎样才能发展成这样，吸取他们的优点。我们不能永远做像那个逐水草而居的牧民，或者是像吉普赛人到处流浪。也许我们有的时候需要流浪，但是我们希望我们能够安定下来，能够成为建设这里的一份子。所以，如果不是因为我们遭遇共同的困境，可能大家不会聚到一起。很多人都说华人不团结，但其实当大家自己好的时候，大家没有人会来团结。当你只有遇到难处了，大家才会聚到一起。但是我希望大家都能学习他们的长处，就是真正的关心社区，关心周围的人。不管你是怎么来的，你来到这里，如果是你愿意真正的融入这里，为这里的发展做出贡献，我相信你一定能在这里生活得很好，并且能够推动这个社会的发展，而且改变整个华人群体的处境。这就是我的一些想法。我也希望每一位都能够尽早的出坑，能够得到祝福在这里。谢谢大家。那好的，好的，那如果 CC 可能没什么要说的，我就真的是 祝愿大家，也希望大家回家的路上能够非常的安全顺利，我们日后都能够很顺利。不管怎么样，我们已经做出了努力，非常的感谢大家。我们今天就到此结束，大家注意安全，谢谢。
大家别忘了把垃圾或者东西带走，不要有垃圾留在现场 ，OK 好吗？那个白色的牌子是吧？白色的啊，这些牌子那就统一放到那个签到边上，那个签到边上。啊。
我来帮你们拍。你们这真的啊，这有人拍照。有人蹲下吗？
我他妈有放这儿，我进去。
那你怎么看？
我直播有什么？
直播完了你还得拍个照片，我的意思，没有拍照的。
拍照。
谁来给我们拍个照片？
让小家伙们给拍一个。
大家要那个。
他在拍，他在拍，他在拍。
谁在拍？
300，到你想拍，一下定台，过来吧，过来吧。哎，这是在前面。希望地上 OK， 我地上 OK。
骑这个地方是拍子，骑这个不行，你前面是吧？这样行吗？这样行吗？这样行吗？你想再拍几场？
要不要给你美颜一下？
不用，再给你多拍几张，其他人眼睛都睁开了吧？多拍几张，对。
站好，站好，站好，往前站。
对对对，有没有人在边边上的没拍到的？
哎，眼睛睁大了啊！
多拍几张啊？
再拍一张啊，大哥呀！
我拍了10几张了，要不要啊？
有人是拍照都10几张吗？这样就行。